Hello YouTube. Finally back after quite a long break, and I'm going to bring you some Napoleon Total War action from the Pyramids map. As you can see, I'm playing as France, my opponent as the Ottoman Empire. Our skirmishers are engaging, and I don't want you to miss this cavalry engagement that's about to begin as well. So the exchange of skirmisher fire is going fine for me, but my opponent does have more skirmishers. All I need my skirmishers to do is just hold the line. I've got 4 units of Shasha, and my opponent has 6 units of Azars. My opponent did not bring any artillery, he came infantry heavy. Let's take a look at his infantry. He's got 2 units of Janissaries there. Actually, let's head up to this action in the cavalry fight. Over here I've got 2 guard units, Polish Guard Lancers and Dutch Guard Lancers, and a unit of Chasseurs Cheval. I let my Chasseurs Cheval open fire on this Seelhunter Guard that the Ottoman player brought, and then I charged them with my Polish Guard Lancers, and that's just a devastating blow. But of course he's reinforcing with more of his guard cavalry, and what I'm doing is attempting an envelopment maneuver, and he's going to head me off right here with one of his units. And I also brought my unit of Fusiliers of the line to assist. And I put them into square, and I'm going to let them open fire on the Ottoman cavalry from there. And I'll probably take some friendly fire, but I think it'll be worth it. And as you can see, one of the unit of Ottoman Cav has routed. That's the one that initially engaged me. And now I'm redirecting all of my cavalry to attack another unit of Ottoman Guard cavalry there. But seeing my unit in a square...
Our men are running, sir!
Alright, I lost some skirmishers there. Seeing my unit in a square, my opponent is quite intelligently moving up his unit of Palestinian auxiliaries. Which is just kind of line infantry, but not very good line infantry. May even be militia, I'm not sure. So I'm going to reform my Fusilier, and I have retargeted my 6-pound horse artillery in canister mode. And I'm going to move up some more line infantry to assist. Alright, let's try and get a handle on our armies. I had 7 units of line infantry, 6 Fusilier line, and 1 old guard. I brought the old guard for its ability to inspire fear into your opponent, and also its just excellent statistics. So here's my men shooting up these Palestinian auxiliaries. You can see his skirmishers have 1 supremacy on this side of the battlefield, but one mistake that he's making is he's not taking advantage of this skirmisher supremacy. He's pushing forward an attack way too close to my line infantry, and my line infantry is going to help mow down his skirmishers. And also, now that I have won the cavalry fight, I have cavalry free on this wing to assist my infantry. So here we routed these 2 units of Palestinian auxiliaries, and I believe they come back into the fight later. So let's take a look down the line here. Let me just tell you my general tactics. I was playing against the Ottomans on the Pyramids map, and the Ottomans don't suffer heat fatigue, so I expect his men to suffer less fatigue. I did march down, I did start on this hill, and I marched down from that hill, and I've met my opponent on relatively flat ground here. So I didn't want to be camping up there. My opponent did not bring any artillery, he just brought a lot of infantry and some excellent cavalry. And so obviously his strategy was to overrun my cavalry, but I also, part of my strategy involved bringing extremely high-priced cavalry. The Polish Guard Lancers and the Dutch Guard Lancers were very expensive, but they're also very effective units. And they did their job in making sure that my opponent did not gain cavalry supremacy. And I did lose 1 unit of Chasseurs Cheval on that flank, but I do have another unit of them that's right here. The Ottoman General is just the General's Bodyguard unit, and you can see him running from my Chasseurs Cheval. And my men are gunning them down at the same time. So yeah, anyway, he left his general unguarded in the background, and since we just got his general right there, shot him. Or no, I think that's him right there. Yeah, that's the Ottoman general. I was waiting to see when he gets killed, and there he goes. Good job, man. You should get a raise. So now the Ottomans are going to be demoralized by not having a general. This is going to make it easier for them to chain route. Alright, my skirmishers are still holding the front line. My opponent probably should have used his infantry advantage and pushed hard up on my men. Used his Azars to hold the center and then maybe flank me, or at least to absorb fire. But he never pushed his right wing forward, and I think that was a big mistake on my opponent's part, because he did outnumber me with his infantry, And so by standing back, he allowed my skirmishers and my artillery to really inflict a lot of casualties. And I think if he would have just really rushed me, I could have been in some severe trouble, because I'm not sure I would have been able to hold my flank due to his larger numbers. Anyway, I'm sorry I didn't get you all of the units in my opponent's army, but you can see that he had 8 to 10 units of line infantry. I want to say it was at least 10. Then he had 6 units of skirmishers. So some of his troops that routed have come back. He's got some Nizam line here in square.
Our men are running,
so
sir.
I'm of course moving my men up in order to take advantage of that. But his men in square do get some good shots on my cavalry, and I lost a unit of cavalry right there. It was my Polish Guard Lancers. So all I have left is my 1 unit of Chasseurs Cheval and my Dutch Guard Lancers. Alright, now my opponent has lost pretty much all of his Hussars. They have pretty poor morale as it is, and due to the loss of their general and the artillery fire, they're going to start routing. And here I did a rear cavalry charge. I don't believe these Palestinian auxiliaries can form a square, so I decided to charge them with my cavalry. And indeed, it is a very devastating charge. So his Palestinian auxiliaries pay the price here. You can see that they don't have bayonets, so they're going to be especially
One of
poor
our units has used
at
all
fighting
its
cavalry.
ammunition, sir.
But he's moving some of his Nizam line to face my cavalry, so it's time to leave. And I do get out. So now I realize that I've been sitting still too much as well. So not only is my opponent probably sat still too much, I'm sitting still too much, and I'm about to start moving my line forward on the right side. In fact, let's fast forward and get to that point. As we're fast forwarding, you'll be able to see the action on the left. His troops come back from routing kind of over and over again, and are pretty ineffective just because their morale is so low. So I just continually reroute them. And now I've put a little bit of a flanking move on his right flank, and he's going to send some regrouped troops over to answer. And over here on his left flank, I'm going to move my skirmishers up right in his face to absorb fire and hopefully get some good shots as well. So you're about to witness the old-timey sport of point-blank face shooting here. Let's watch my Chasseurs line up about 20 feet away from his Nizam line. Ooh, my goodness. That was just brutal. Anyway, he just lost an extraordinary number of his Nizam line, and they rout immediately. And that's probably due to the fact that I had overwhelming numbers in the area, and then they just got shot in the face. And who likes getting shot in the face? Let's be honest with ourselves. My old guard, unfortunately, hasn't really gotten to see much action, so here they're probably shooting more of my own men in the back, or no one at all, maybe a sand dune. My opponent's army is pretty much in disarray at this point. It's basically destroyed, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and fast forward to the results screen. But let's just recap the strategy, just so you know what I did. I was planning on gaining cavalry superiority since I didn't bring a huge number of line infantry, so I brought guard cavalry, and that bet paid off. I was able to gain cavalry superiority, and since my opponent did not make any rushing outflanking maneuvers, I was able to slowly whittle him down with my skirmishers and artillery and take advantage of my numbers once I had done that. Sorry, my voice is kind of messed up. It's my allergies, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get to the results screen. Alright, here's the results screen. My opponent was MGL Gen DM. Good game to him. I enjoyed the fight. He wanted to have a rematch, but unfortunately it was late and I didn't have time, or else I would have done it. I enjoyed playing against him. In any case, you can see that he did deploy over 400 more, or about 400 more men than I did, 390 to be exact. And but he didn't take advantage of that numerical superiority quite in the way I would have. But you know, again, I'm not trying to run down my opponent. So good game to my opponent, and again, hope you enjoyed the video.